King Edward Park Hill Climb started back in April 1951. The Matatra Hill Climb was actually commenced in 1963.
It's always been well known pretty much around Australia as the most picturesque and one of the most difficult and scenic hill climbs in Australia. The second oldest hill climb in Australia too.
By the last event in 2015, there had actually been 80 individual hill climbs. We ran rounds of the Australian Championship in 1972 and a round again in 1973.
Very differing cars from each other. You had open wheelers, more sedan type cars.
Some fairly strange cars were seen in the pits.
Runs from your normal street sedans right through to the very highly developed formula cars.
Just very exciting to see those cars racing in that little environment that's normally very slow. Sunday drivers coming through to these full-on race cars going through. It was really a little street circuit within our own city. It was fantastic.
My dad took me to the first one in 1951 and I've been to most of the ones ever since, competing in some in the later period. It's quite an exciting thing because you've only got 50 or 60 seconds from bottom to top.
You've got to be able to go flat out from the start and concentrate like crazy for a short amount of time.
There's a couple of very tight spots.
The record for King Edward Park is well under 50 seconds. A lot of cars were 10 seconds slower than that, but everybody had fun doing it.
Obviously, not everybody was caught up in the excitement.
So my uncle's Mike Nedelko, known name of the older era of racing in Newcastle. Came from Ukraine in 1950 and then always had a passion for building things with his hands. And at one stage he drove past an old MG dealership and saw out the front was basically what they call a coaster, which is just like a kid's billy cart. So he bought that for £5, pinched the lawnmower mower out of his stepfather's lawnmower. And then they started to realise that that car was never going to be a true race car. So he changed the wheels, put an Austin front end on it. They bought a Triumph motorbike engine to put in the back of it. And he thought, well, let's enter it into the hill climb. He only just turned 17 and he ended up coming second in his class. He was up against 3 factory Cooper Nortons. They were worth about £1,000 each. His car was worth about £10. He came second by 100 thousandths of a second, and the factory driver came over to him at the end and said, son, you deserve to win this. He said, I cannot believe what you have done in that car versus us as a true factory team. They were dumbfounded. That underdog spirit is very Novocastrian, which I think is fantastic.
It was just a really good family atmosphere in the middle of the town. It was the biggest event with motorsport that Newcastle had. The whole town had come out there to watch it and watch the greats and watch the not so greats go up and down the hill.
I do actually have one record permanently because the year that I won my class, the big rock fell down on South Newcastle Promenade, so we were never able to run the full course again after that, which was unfortunate because that was the really good hill climb when we had the whole course from South Newcastle Beach right up to the top of King Edward Park.
And when they've always had the hill climb like featured on TV and that, they always put a camera on the pinch because that's where there's going to be a crash. And we'd be silly enough to race our street cars up there, so how stupid are we? The hill climb would be on Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday night the poles would be out, they'd unlock them, take them out. But there was no police or anything there. So midnight, everybody would go up the pinch. And if you've ever been up there, it starts off wide and it gets narrower, narrower. And as you're going up there as a young kid in a 350 Monaro in the middle of dark thinking, this is narrow. And you get narrower, narrower, narrower. And you get the top and you jump over and you went, how cool is that? So you go around again and do it again.
There was a new project announced called the Babers Way.
2016, these works would have been in progress, and once completed, we wouldn't have been able to run through the pinch.
The MG Car Club that runs it ultimately decided it was no longer feasible and no longer a good thing to do.
2015 was the last hurrah, so to speak, give it a lot of publicity.
But they've always had their home circuit.
What we call Ringwood Park Motorsport Complex, north of Raymond Terrace.
And it's actually quite a nice, twisty, challenging circuit, if anything.
The event, Matara, has been continuing ever since, and it's a lot easier, and people still have as much fun.